All right. Let's get it started. I'm gonna entitle this. Well, I've already titled this "The Bread and the Wine." This is kind of a little Melchizedek lesson. Most people that are in the truth may know this, and some may not. For the babes, well, we have a babe under our wing that we were kind of bringing this out yesterday, and in lieu of us bringing this out to him yesterday, um, I told him that I had a lesson on it and we can bring it out today. So that that's exactly what we're gonna do. Despite he's not participating now on the live, but actually he's calling him right now. Hold on. Let me
All
go.
praises.
Let me go mute. Yeah, so he said he wants to participate. So we'll give him a few minutes to come on. But while we wait for him, man, let's pray the Most High that He bless this lesson via the Spirit, and that we can work in the Spirit to bring out a beautiful lesson for anybody that is interested or is willing to participate and learn today. All right. With that being said, I'm going to face the east, and I'm going to give the Most High all praises. Call halal, Yahweh, Bahashim, Hamasiach, Mamalak, Yahweh Shai, Barakatah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Rakakadash. All right. So let's get it started. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. So we're gonna get started, Joe. I guess I'll give a little synopsis um, before we start going into the precepts. Give Brother Walter a second to come on, and anybody else that's gonna join in. So basically, this was a lesson. If anybody caught the lesson where we did the rock and the bread, this was kind of like uh, an adjoining lesson to that lesson, and this one is called the bread and the wine. So we're just trying to show the different phases of Christ being prevalent in throughout time. It's showing Christ being the actual volume of the book. You know how he's there from the beginning to the end, right? So, and that's something that we were going over with Brother Walter yesterday in our conversation. And of course, it was a kind of a mini lesson because we were bringing out some of the precepts that we're going to bring out today. But yeah, it's beautiful because I wanted to bring this point out when Yahweh Shai said, in fact, bring that precept out. Follow me in the regeneration.
Khan, this is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 19, and verse 28.
Mhm.
And Yahweh Shai said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right. And so this is not, it's kind of sort of a regeneration class, but it's not a full regeneration class. I might want to give that next because I love talking regeneration because, you know, it's something that never was taught to me growing up, right? We grew up in whatever Christian doctrine concepts that we have in our mind or what's brought to us growing up inside of these Christian churches, and so we nobody ever decided to talk reincarnation or regeneration to us. It's just something that's not taught in church, right? And so we knew about the concept because we knew about East
Right, that's
Indians,
right.
think, that believe in reincarnation, and we knew about the word, but we didn't know that actual concept was actually biblical, right? And so when I learned about regeneration, it actually blew my mind. It's like one of my best topic of interest for me in the truth, because to think that we've been abiding in these laws, statutes, and commandments throughout time is just it's a humbling and awesome, you know,
Reaffirming.
revelation.
I think it reaffirms the spirit that you're in the
Yeah,
right place and you're in the right path.
absolutely. And so when Christ says, "Ye that have followed me in the regeneration, you're gonna sit with me, judging, you know, the rest of Israel and the rest of the nations." You know, that's just again, that's just an awesome thought that says, "Man, you know what? I've been in this throughout my lives, and so yeah, man. For those that don't understand regeneration and they say, "What is this guy talking about?" Well, you got to stick around for that lesson, but we're gonna in this lesson here, it's gonna be covered somewhat because you're gonna see how Christ which has said, "You have followed me in the regeneration." So that means you followed him. If he's the volume of the book, and he's the Alpha, and he's the Omega, and you've been with him throughout time, you've been taking his example in some form or fashion. You've been adopting these laws, statutes, and commandments, which him being the Word actually gave to Israel. Then that's how you've been following throughout your lives. And so we're going to show how Christ has been there throughout, and how this is actually possible. So we're just waiting a few minutes to get started. I mean, right now, it's just a little dialogue between me and you right now. Um, feel free to chime in if you got anything you want to kind of bring out and state. And so we're going to bring clarity to this. In fact, maybe we want to start bringing out some of these other precepts that I got on the side here and see where that takes us if you want. But then, I would
No,
hate
no doubt.
for anybody that's actually interested, kind of like Brother Walter, that we're kind of bringing up in the spirit, that he miss out on any actual lessons or readings or anything that may come out in the spirit. So I don't want to detain the spirit or kind of like uh, subdue it in any form or fashion. But at the same time, I want my Akim to be privy to it. So let's see how much longer he's gonna take. I'll give him about 4 more minutes, and if he's not in the 4 more minutes, we can go and start with. Yeah, there you know. Look, I spoke too soon. Here he goes right now. All right, brother. We were waiting on you, brother. So
Okay, Shalom, man. I just I have my okay. I'm here.
Yeah,
Praise the
and
Lord.
as soon as I brought you in, brother, brother Matthew fell out. I don't know. His signal gave up, and he just conked out, man. So you know, uh, Satan is trying to mess with the frequencies here and the internet, but we're gonna push through this regardless. Okay, so
Okay.
basically I'll dialogue with you and kind of like uh, give a synopsis of what's gonna happen while he jumps back on. And so basically this is gonna be a formal lesson on what we did roughly yesterday on Melchizedek, okay, and
Hmm.
showing how Christ has been in here in other lives, and we're gonna show how he's the volume of the book and how we've been with him and we've been following this word, these statutes, these commandments in our life. Okay, so like I said, this I'm gonna give a formal regeneration class. I'll probably do it after this one on another day or early next week, next week Monday maybe, and
Hmm.
I'll give a regeneration class to show you how that concept of reincarnation is really our concept. That it's our biblical concept, and it's something that is actual, factual, and actual. That we've been here many lives before. Okay, and
Hmm.
so here we go. Brother Matthew's coming in now. Yay,
Hey, Shalom, Walter, Shalom.
yeah.
Well, shalom, shalom.
Satan's trying to kill the vibes over here, try to mess with the frequencies. The minute Brother Walter came in, you snapped out. So, but we all here now, and so let's get it started. I was gonna start with the lesson, but being that I'm trying to show, um, let me see how I want to go with this. Let me see how I feel about it. Let's just go through the lesson, and we'll cover those precepts later. All right.
All right.
All right, so let's start off with Hebrews 7:1.
What was that, brother?
Hebrews 7:1.
Okay, Hebrews 7:1.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 7 and verse 1. For this Melchizedek, king of Salem, priest of the Most High God, who met Abraham, returning from the slaughter of the kings, and blessed him.
Okay. All right.
You want me to go ahead and read verse 2?
No. Give me a second. I'm trying to see how I feel like it's I feel that like I'm hiding myself, and you guys are on, and I'm not, and I'm trying to I'm trying to start my cam.
Oh man, he went ghost on us, huh?
No,
No,
he's
I'm
trying
here.
to get his camera on.
I'm here, but I can't get my camera on, so I guess I'm gonna just rock with the logo. I don't know why it won't let me. It says like it doesn't recognize a camera when I've always used this laptop to do this, but it is what it is, man. You know what? We're not gonna let any negative vibes mess with this. So read that one more time. Let's get it started again. All right, Hebrews 7:1.
Khan, this is the book of Hebrews, chapter 7 and verse 1. For this Melchizedek, king of Salem, priest of the Most High God, who met Abraham, returning from the slaughter of the kings, and blessed him.
Okay, so this king of Salem blessed Abraham. Okay, before he was known as Abraham, he was Abram. Okay, before the Most High changed his name, he was Abraham. Okay, so this king of Salem met with Abraham. Okay, and so we was already tracking this yesterday with you, and we're just gonna kind of reaffirm this in a more formal lesson, so you see how this is going. Okay, so this king blessed Abram. Okay, give me Genesis 14:10. And he's the king of Salem, and kind of like Matthew brought out yesterday, Salem is Jerusalem before the name Jerusalem was. So that's where you get that actual name, Jerusalem. Okay, so it was Salem prior to that. Okay, so king of Jerusalem, king of Salem. All right,
Yeah.
Abraham. Okay, Genesis 14:10.
Yeah, I just hope that we don't. Have you done your homework? You clean? Huh? Yeah. Okay, where you gonna be at? Okay.
And the vale of Samdim was full of sling pits, and the king of Sodom and Gomorrah fled and fell there, and they that remained fled to the mountain. Fled to the mountain.
You there, brother? Matthew.
Yeah.
All right. So you had Genesis 14:10 as well.
God.
Okay. So verse 11.
You want me to read? I got you.
Yeah.
Genesis 14, verse 11. And they took all the goods of Sodom and Gomorrah and all their victuals and went their way.
Uh-huh.
And they took Lot, Abraham's brother's son, who dwelt in Sodom, and his goods, and departed.
All right, continue.
And there came one that had escaped and told Abram the Hebrew, for he dwelt in the plain of Mamre, the Amorite, brother of Eshcol, and brother of Aner, and they were confederate with Abram.
Okay, so here's making a point that he's a Hebrew, kind of like what you brought out with him, with Brother Walter yesterday. This is recognizing Abram as a Hebrew. Okay, so this is how we know. We haven't established the Israelites yet, but we are establishing what is a Hebrew at the moment. Right? Okay, continue.
And when Abram heard that his brother was taken captive, he armed his trained servants, born in his own house, 318, and pursued them unto Dan. Verse 15, and he divided himself against them, he and his servants, by night, and smote them, and pursued them unto Hobah, which is on the left hand of Damascus. And he brought back all the goods, and also brought again his brother Lot, and his goods, and the women also, and the people. Verse 17, and the king of Sodom went out to meet him after his return from the slaughter of Chedorlaomer, and of the kings that were with him at the valley of Shaveh, which is in the king's dale. Verse 18, and Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High God.
Okay, he was the priest of the Most High God. Okay, he was not any priest. He was the priest of the Most High God. Right? He was held in great regard. Okay, all right, go ahead. I mean, because we all can be priests of the Most High God, right? There's precepts that say, you shall be no priest to me, or you shall, right? So, so we all can be, but this is a specific priest of the Most High God. Continue reading.
Verse 19, and he blessed him and said, blessed be Abram of the Most High God, possessor of heaven and earth, and blessed be the Most High God, which had delivered thy enemies into thy hand, and he gave him tithes of all.
Okay, all right, so he's even blessing Abram and calling him the Abram of the Most High God. Okay, so Abram is being blessed and uplifted here as well. Okay, so let's continue to Isaiah 9:6. All right, so throughout this lesson we're gonna take focus on the bread and the wine. Okay, this is gonna be kind of the 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 pertinent subject matter, right? The bread and the wine.
Khan. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 9 and verse 6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace.
Okay. All right. So to us is going to be born, okay, the Prince of Peace. All right. Give me Luke 22. And 15. We'll go 15 through 20.
Khan. This is the book of St. Luke, chapter 22 and verse 15. And he said unto them, with desire, I have desired to eat this Passover with you before I suffer.
That's beautiful because we're coming up on Passover, all right? And what the desire of our hearts should be to congregate and break bread together, right?
That's right,
right. So this is the desire right here of where we at? 22 and
15. That was 15.
Continue.
Verse 16. For I say unto you, I will not any more eat thereof until it be fulfilled in the kingdom of Yahweh. And he took the cup and gave thanks and said, take this and divide it among yourselves. For I say unto you, I will not drink of the fruit of the vine until the kingdom of Yahweh shall come. And he took the bread and gave thanks and brake it and gave unto them, saying, this is my body, which is given for you. This do in remembrance of me.
So Christ is breaking bread, and he's symbolically presenting it as his body. Okay. Continue.
Verse 20. Likewise, also the cup after supper, saying, this cup is the New Testament in my blood, which is shed for you. Okay. But behold, the hand of him that betrayeth me is with me on the table.
Well, we don't need to go past 20, because that's just going to go into the betrayal of Judas. All right. So, but we'll, again, our focus is that he's bringing forth the bread, presenting it as his body, the wine, presenting it as his blood. Okay. So this is going to all tie in together in a little bit. Okay. So let's go to John 6. And give me verse 47.
Khan, this is the book of St. John, chapter 6, and verse 47. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me hath everlasting life. I am the bread of life.
Whoa, okay. So, give me verse 58.
Verse 58. This is that bread which came down from heaven, not as your fathers did eat manna and are dead. Okay. He that eateth of this bread shall live forever.
Right. So, where was that everlasting that bread of life, that manna that was coming down in the wilderness? Remember, we was going through this lesson before in the bread and the water and the bread and the rock, right? The rock and the bread, right? So we established who that rock was. We established what that rock was doing, and how that rock was providing hydration and how it was providing sustenance in the manna. Okay, and we already established who was actually providing this. But again, if there's new people that are going to look at the lesson, I'm not going to, we're going to let it climax for a little while. We already know where this is going, and most brothers in the truth will know where this is going. But for those that don't know, we'll let it climax. Okay. All right. So give me Luke 22. Okay.
And what verse, Huck?
We're gonna go 19 and 20. All right. Hold on. You could read that. Let me just go see who's at the door. Go ahead. Read it out.
Khan. This is the book of St. Luke, chapter 22 and verse 19. And he took bread and gave thanks and brake it and gave unto them, saying, This is my body which is given for you. This do in remembrance of me. Likewise also the cup after supper, saying, This cup is the New Testament in my blood, which is shed for you. Khan. So yeah, he's just reaffirming that bread and that wine was symbolic. It was a symbolic thing. Way from back then in the time of Moses, to show the people that bread and that wine was going to be symbolic of him, something to come. And you got to pay attention, because that bread and the wine is going to lead back to Abraham. When Abraham was blessed with bread and wine by Melchizedek. See, as we be reading these scriptures, you got to have your spiritual eyes open. You got to ask the Most High to open up your spiritual eyes to be able to see the connections and to be able to connect the dots. And that's what we're doing tonight. We're showing y'all how to connect the dots, precept upon precept, as the Lord said.
Sorry about that, man. I had a contractor coming in, but my old lady's dealing with him. My brother's dealing with him. So, all right. So, did you read that out, right?
I read that out. Yeah.
Did you give any breakdown on it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Well, I mean, fill me in. What you got?
Well, let me just read that again. This is the book of St. Luke, chapter 22 and verse 19. And he took bread and gave thanks and brake it and gave unto them, saying, This is my body which is given for you. This do in remembrance of me. Likewise, also the cup after supper, saying, This cup is the New Testament in my blood, which is shed for you.
Okay. So and we know us in the truth. Who's that you? All right. He did the sacrifice for us. All right. So again, we coming back to re-emphasize that bread and that wine. Okay. Give me John 6 and 47.
St. John 6:47 up?
Yes, sir.
We just read that one, but you want me to read it again?
Oh, you
Yeah,
know what?
let's touch on that again. Let's touch
My
on
bad,
it
my
again.
bad, my bad, my bad, Salakia. First Corinthians.
First Corinthians.
See, that's what happened when I get off the chair and then I take off my reading glasses.
No problem, Mark.
Starting to show the signs of my age, brother. All right, they're on the behind the refrigerator in the garage. Yes, they're in a bucket. The cut ones are in a bucket, and the long ones are there too, by where the breakers are. Sorry about that. Salaka. 1 Corinthians 11 and 24. Read 11, 24 and 25.
Khan, this is the book of First Corinthians, chapter 11 and verse 24. And when he had given thanks, he brake it and said, take, eat. This is my body, which is broken for you. This do in remembrance of me.
Okay.
After the same manner, also he took the cup when he had supped, saying, this cup is the New Testament in my blood. This do ye as oft as ye drink it in remembrance of me.
All right. So we do these acts in remembrance of Yahweh Shai. Okay. 1 Corinthians 10, and I believe it's 12. 10 and no 17. Just go one chapter over. I mean, yeah, one chapter.
Or is it verse 16, Ak?
Let me see. I'm there myself. Hold on, give me 1 second. 10. It's 17.
It's 17?
Yeah,
Okay, Khan.
but
This is the
I
book
think
of
I think you can start at 16.
Okay. This is the book of First Corinthians, chapter 10 and verse 16. The cup of blessing which we bless, it is not the communion of the blood of Christ. Salak, let me read that again. The cup of blessing which we bless, is it not the communion of the blood of Christ? The bread which we break, is it not the communion of the body of Yahweh Shai?
Mm-hmm.
For we be many are one bread and one body, for we are all partakers of that one bread.
Mm-hmm. 18.
Behold, Israel after the flesh, are not they which eat of the sacrifice partakers of the altar?
Okay. So we Israel. Okay, and see, there's no division here, right? He says we are all one body. All right, partaking in this bread, right? And so this bread and this wine is a blessing upon us. But this is the same way he blessed our forefather, right? We're not touching on how he did as Melchizedek just yet. Okay? So Genesis 14 and 18. We're going to go there right now and read through 20. Just read it out, and I'm going to go mute for 1 second.
Con. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 14 and verse 18. And Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High God. And he blessed him and said, blessed be Abram of the Most High God, possessor of heaven and earth. And blessed be the Most High God, which had delivered thine enemies into thine hand. And he gave him tithes of all. So you starting to see that correlation, Walter?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no doubt that bread and that wine was the salvation to come, which was in Yahushua.
Oh, yes.
He was offering it to Abraham from way back then. That's what we're getting into.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that. You guys were waiting on me. Hello. Hey.
Yeah,
All right, my bad, man.
I just finished. I just finished reading it out.
Yeah, is that just this contractor came in unexpectedly. I mean, I wasn't even planning on him coming today. It was just like really impromptu, but Salakia for that. But okay. All right, so here we're covering Melchizedek, right? Verse 14, 18 through 20, right? And this is when he met Abraham, right? And he blessed him. The same way that he was blessing the apostles with his bread, with the bread and the wine, right? He said, when you partake of the bread and the wine, it shall be a blessing unto you, right? Paraphrasing, right? So this is the same, in the same manner, he's also performing this act with the inception of what, well, not the total inception, because this goes back all the way to Adam and through Noah and all our lineage. But he's doing it with our forefather, right? We're one of our more prevalent forefathers, and bringing that blessing um, to him. Okay, so it's almost like the inception blessing, the physical. Like I always say, things manifest themselves in the physical form, and then they become more spiritual as time progresses, right? And through every incarnation of Christ, things start transitioning more from the physical to the spiritual. Okay, and so that's how we know the from going from the letter of the law to performing the spirit of the law, right? Because now we cannot, due to the circumstances that we live in, due to the fact that we're in our captivity. That's why I was going through this with a brother. I mean, you do what you can do, but make sure every man has to seek his own salvation, right? With fear and trembling, right? But when you are putting your best foot forward and you're acting in the spirit of the law, and you're acting as far as rehearsing the righteous acts, and you're doing it wholeheartedly in the spirit of the law, then there's validity in that. You understand? So we need to just learn to move more spiritual within the physical, right? So we know the law in its physical form, and now we have to be transformed into that spiritual being, and that's how we mortify the flesh, and we move more in a spiritual movement, right? Okay, so let's get to Hebrews. Back to Hebrews. Let's go back to Hebrews. And we'll go chapter 7, 1 through 3. 1, 2, and 3.
Khan, this is the book of Hebrews, chapter 7 and verse 1. For this Melchizedek, king of Salem, priest of the Most High God, who met Abraham, returning from the slaughter of the kings, and blessed him, to whom also Abraham gave a tenth part of all, first being by interpretation king of righteousness, and after that also king of Salem, which is king of peace.
Okay, so that takes us back to the Isaiah verse in 9 and 6, right? Okay, so that ties that in. Okay, so let's get Hebrews. Oh wow, that was Hebrews 7, right?
That was 7 verse 2. Did you want me to read verse 3, Ak?
No. We're gonna hold that. Hold that. Stay in Hebrews and jump to chapter 9. Read verse 9 through 12.
Come. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 9 and verse 9, which was a figure for the time then present, which were offered both gifts and sacrifices, that could not make him that did the service perfect, as pertaining to the conscience, which stood only in meats and drinks, and diverse washings, and cardinal ordinances, imposed on them until the time of reformation.
Mm.
Verse 11.
Okay, just hold that right there for a second. So, what did I just finish explaining? Right? How things the carnal has to pass right into the spiritual. That's basically what I was paraphrasing beforehand. And and here we come into the precept of what I was trying to break down. How it's now being transformed, right? Okay, continue.
Verse 11. But Christ, being come and high priest of good things to come,
Christ
by a
becoming
greater
what?
and more. But Christ being come and high priest of good things to come.
Okay.
By a greater and more perfect tabernacle, not made with hands, that is to say, not of this building.
Right.
Neither by the blood of goats and calves, but by his own blood, he entered in once into the holy place, having ordained eternal redemption for us.
Obtain eternal redemption for us. Okay. Who's the us? All right. We've brought that out in many lessons. I mean, this is what we do. It's always show who the us is. The us is Israel. Okay. So, all right. So he didn't do it for anyone else. That was Israelite speaking right there. He's saying for us. All right. He's being exclusive to that Israelite community. Okay. Now, go back to 7. We left off at 3. Now we're gonna read 4 through 15.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 7 and verse 4. Now consider how great this man was, unto whom even the patriarch Abraham gave the tenth of the spoils. And verily, they that are the sons of Levi, who received the office of the priesthood, have a commandment to take tithes of the people according to the law, that is, of their brethren, though they come out of the loins of Abraham. But he whose descent is not counted from them received tithes of Abraham, and blessed him that had the promises. And without all contradiction, the less is blessed of the better. And here, men that die receive tithes, but there he receiveth them, of whom it is witnessed that he liveth.
All right.
Go ahead.
Hey, shalom, brother Berto.
Hey, shalom.
Hey, shalom, Beto.
Shalom, brother Matthew Walter. How you doing, brother? Shalom.
Yeah, shalom.
So we're breaking down. We're breaking down Melchizedek and showing how Christ is tied into Melchizedek. How he blessed Abraham with the bread and the wine. How it transitioned over to the apostles. How it transitioned over to the blessing unto Israel. Okay. How he is the bread and the wine, and how we partake of that and grow from from the nourishment of the manna, of that spiritual manna. Okay, so let's continue on. Read also 17, verse 17 of that.
You want me to keep going in verse 9, Knock?
Where were you at? 9?
Hebrews 7, verse 9.
Yeah, keep reading.
Con. 7 and verse 9. And as I may say, as I might so say, Levi also, who receiveth tithes, paid tithes in Abraham, for he was yet in the loins of his father, when Melchizedek met him.
Okay.
If therefore perfection were by the Levitical priesthood, for under it the people received the law, what further need was there that another priest should rise after the order of Melchizedek, and not called after the order of Aaron? Verse 12, for the priesthood being changed, there is a made of necessity a change also of the law. For he of whom these things are spoken pertaineth to another tribe, of which no man gave attendance at the altar. Verse 14, for it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood.
Right. So what this is all trying to say is that the back then, right? The carnal law, the law that we practice in its physicality, belonged to the charge of the Levitical priesthood, right? Through the order of Aaron, right? But this priest comes from a whole different lineage. He comes from the line of Judah, right? And so him being from the line of Judah, Moses never spoke of a priesthood that would come out of that, right? But he's from the order of Melchizedek, a whole different line. So the change of the law is not that the law has changed in every form, right? Because Christ has said, he said himself, not one jot, not one tittle. But what the change becomes is the transformation from its carnal, physical sense to the spirit of the law. And I want you to pay attention to this, Brother Berto, because we have to act in the spirit of the law. There's certain things that we cannot perform to its carnal extent, right? There's certain things we're in our captivity, right? If brother actually brother Matthew is scheduled to work tomorrow, right? And he and you know, he tries for the most part to take his protected time off when he can, but there's times that he's not allotted to, or doesn't have the luxury to do so, because he may be saving them up for another more holy day or something, or just he may have ran out. So guess what? He got to go to work, or he puts his job in jeopardy. You understand? This is the problems with being in our captivity. But does he recognize that tomorrow is the new moon? Of course he does. Will he practice the righteous acts that he needs to practice tomorrow being the new moon? He's going to go to work, but guess what? He's not going to buy or sell or spend. You know what I mean? And the minute that he comes home, you know, all praises that he gets to come home early. And you know what? He'll start practicing the righteous act then. You know, he'll celebrate the new moon. He'll recognize that it's our new year, that it's the first new moon of the year for us, Bruce. All right, and that's just going into a whole other explanation if I go into how we've been duped on our time frame. You know, but Happy New Year's to all you, Bruce. Tomorrow is our New Year's, so you know. All praises to the Most High that we understand that just like the our King sprang out of Judah, tomorrow is what we consider a entering the springtime, entering what is everything coming of new, everything flourishing, everything being fruitful. You know, this is how, you know, our king also sprang in this time. You know, so yeah. Again, getting back to the letter of the intent here in Hebrews is that this priest, this high priest, not of the order of Aaron, but the priest of the Most High God, is bringing spirituality of to the law. Okay, how things are now. This is how the law will at one point become written in our hearts. This is how things become, how we act naturally within the spirit of the law, right? Because I don't have to look it up too much anymore. I just know what to do, and it comes naturally because you're acting within the spirit of that law. You know, so these things come naturally, and some have to work harder on it until it becomes more spiritual in them. Okay, all right. So let me not go too much on a tangent. Let's go to Psalms 110 and 4.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 110 and verse 4. The Lord has sworn and will not repent. Thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek.
So he's a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. We don't have that order of Aaron that's super prevalent anymore. We don't have a tabernacle or where they can go into and perform acts to redeem us of our sins. Now we have the Redeemer, which is of the order of Melchizedek, which is the priest forever redeeming us of our sins. Okay? All right, continue.
Verse 5.
Yeah.
The Lord at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath.
Okay. Give me John 8 and 56.
This is the book of St. John, chapter 8. What's that?
is that San Juan in Spanish?
Sí, sí. John, capítulo 8, versículo 56.
Come, this is the book of St. John, chapter 8, verse 56. Your father Abraham rejoiced to see my day, and he saw it and was glad.
Okay, so this is going back to where we was going over this with Brother Walter yesterday, how the Jews were questioning Christ as far as because let's just read further up to give them the context. So for the lesson to have its context. Start from like. Start from like 52.
God, there's a book of St. John, chapter 8, verse 42.
52.
Yeah, I would try
52.
52? Okay. Salah. St. John, chapter 8, verse 52. Then said the Jews unto him, now we know that thou hast a devil. Abraham is dead, and the prophets. And thou sayest, if a man keep my saying, he shall never taste of death.
So they telling him,
than...
hold on, let me break it down. So they telling him, you bugged out. You got a devil on you. How you gonna even talk to us that you give the power of not having to taste death? You know, who are you, right? Because if we go further up, you know, they're questioning how he can establish that he's greater than Abram. Okay, so but we're just gonna take it from 52 to get a little bit of the context. All right, so continue 53.
Come, verse 53. Art thou greater than our father Abraham, which is dead? And the prophets are dead. Who makest thou thyself?
Right. So who do you
Yahweh
think
shall
you are?
answer. Oh.
Yeah.
Come, verse 54. Yahweh shall answer. If I honor myself, my honor is nothing. It is my Father that honoreth me, of whom ye say that he is your God.
Right. So he's saying, you know what? You want to honor my father. This is who you say is your God, right? So, but I'm nothing without him. Okay. Yeah.
Verse 55. Yet ye have not known him, but I know him.
Right.
And if I should say,
Right. So but you say you love your God. You say you worship your God, but you don't even know what you're talking about. You don't even know God. I do. Go ahead.
and if I should say I know him not, I shall be a liar, like unto you. But I know him and keep his saying.
So I do what he says. So that's also a good cut because he's putting himself right beneath his father, and he's giving all honor to his father. He's saying, "I do what my father tells me to do." All right, go ahead.
Verse 56. Your father Abraham rejoiced to see my day, and he saw it and was glad.
All right, so now he's throwing a curveball at them. He's telling them, Abraham rejoiced to see my day. So here's where he's going to confound them. They're going to be like, what are you talking about? How Abraham rejoiced to see your day? Okay, what day was this? All right, go ahead. 58.
No, verse 57. Then said the Jews unto him, thou art not yet 50 years old, and hast thou seen Abraham?
Yeah.
Yahweh said unto them, verily, verily, I say unto you, before Abraham was, I am.
All right, so even before Abraham was, I was around. All right, so that's already confounding them. All right, go ahead.
Verse 59. Then took they up stones to cast him. But Yahweh,
Good.
but Yahweh hid himself and went out the temple, going through the midst of them, and so passed by.
So Yahweh had to dip off because they were gonna go crack them with rocks, bro. That's how confounded they were. They couldn't even understand how, like, the blasphemy of this guy that even say he was around he was around at the time of Abraham. Who is this guy? You know, they thought either he had a devil or he was sick in the head. You know, he was talking crazy. That was their mind frame. You know what I mean? So yeah. So let's go to that was John 8 and 56. All right, we went through all of that, all the way through 59. Let's go to Isaiah 28. 9 and 10.
Come, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 28, and verse 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast.
Okay.
Verse 10. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little.
Okay. So basically, we're showing you that the only way we were able to see what the Jews could not see at that time, how they were confounded in that day, we're privy to even see it now, right? Because now we can go back to what was he saying? How is it that he met Abraham? Why is he talking crazy? Well, he wasn't. He was really there. And if we go back to that Genesis 14:8, we'll see it, right? 14 and 18. Just go back to it real quick. So this is what he was meaning when he said he was glad to see me in my day. All right.
Come to the book of Genesis, chapter 14 and verse 18. And Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High God.
Okay. So he was there offering bread and wine to Abram in his day as Melchizedek. Okay. So this is how we know that Christ was the King of Salem, the Prince of Peace. Okay. And saw and Abraham. It saw Abraham, and Abraham saw him and was glad to see him in his day. This what he was referring to. But we know this because Christ is the volume of the book. Give me Psalms 40:7. And Hebrews 10:7, if someone else wants to get that one.
Come, there's the book of Psalms, chapter 40 and verse 7. Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me.
Okay, and Hebrews 10:7 will say the same thing. And most of what we were speaking about Melchizedek in the New Testament was really out of Hebrews mostly. Okay, and so even in Hebrews it's saying that he's the volume of the book in 10:7. Okay, so give me Revelations 1:8.
Come, there's the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 8. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the ending, said the Lord, which is and which was and which is to come, the
All right,
Almighty.
he is which is. He is currently available to us. He was, right, from the beginning, and he will be at the end. Okay, throughout, and right, we read earlier, ye that have followed me through the regeneration. Okay, you've been with Christ all along. All right, since the beginning. All right, give me Revelations 3:14.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 14. And unto the angel of the church of the Laodiceans, write, these things said the Amen, the faithful and true witness, the beginning of the creation of Yahweh.
So, who is the beginning of the creation of Yahweh? All right, we'll build on that. Give me Colossians 1:15.
Colossians 1:15. Colossians 1. There's the book of Colossians, chapter 1, verse 15. Who is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of every creature?
Whoa, the firstborn of every creature. Okay, read through 18. Continue.
Verse 16. For by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible.
Continue.
Whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him. Verse 17, and he is before all things, and by him all things consist.
Mm-hmm.
And he is the head of the body, the church, who is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead, that
Whoa.
in all things he might have the preeminence.
Okay. So he was given charge of everything. Okay. He was given the charge of everything on earth, the creation of everything on earth, the animals. Named. He gave him to name the animals. Right. Um, I don't wanna give it. I don't want to give it up just yet. But all these things were given unto the firstborn. Okay. All right. The firstborn creation. Um, you mean First John 1? I mean no. Saint John 1:1.
Come, this is the book of St. John, chapter 1 and verse 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with Yahweh, and the Word was Yahweh.
All right. So in the beginning was the Word, right? So this is the Word in itself is the manifestation of everything that we follow, right? Everything that was given to us, the laws, statutes, commandments, every guideline that we follow comes from this word. Okay? Proverbs 8:27.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 8, verse 27. When he prepared the heavens, I was there. When he set a compass upon the face of the depth,
Continue.
when he established the clouds above, when he strengthened the fountains of the deep, when he gave to the sea his decree, that the waters should not pass his commandment, when he appointed the foundations of the earth. Verse 30, then I was by him as one brought up with him, and I was daily his delight, rejoicing always before him.
Continue. All the way
Verse
to the end.
31.
All the way to 36. Go ahead.
Verse 31, rejoicing in the habitable part of this earth, and my delights were with the sons of men. Now therefore, hearken unto me, O ye children, for blessed are they that keep my ways.
Okay. Continue.
Verse 33, hear instruction and be wise and refuse it not.
Be wise and refuse not this instruction. What I'm always saying, man, we got to go to the instruction manual. Shalom, brother Yakasha. Mighty Yakasha in the house.
Hey, Shalom, brother Yakasha.
Man. Hey, Shalom, brother. So we just to give you a synopsis of what's going on, man. We bringing out Melchizedek. We bringing out who's the volume of the book, who's the word. You know how he was there from the beginning, how we've been following him through the regeneration. All right. So I'm not, of course, we all know who this him is. So I'm just letting the climax right now, and showing it's kind of like a sort of a regeneration lesson. I'm going to give an official regeneration lesson on next Monday, but this is kind of touching on it. But at the same time, we wanted to focus what was this bread and this wine that he blessed Abraham with. The priest of the Most High God, Melchizedek, did this, and how Christ was confounding the Jews.
Yeah, he was.
He was confounding the Jews when he told them he was glad to see me in my day. They were about to.
Oh my God! I was just reading that about 5 minutes ago, bro.
Yeah, it's all praises in the spirit, right?
Spirit,
Yeah. So So we're bringing this out, right? Because they were confounded. They were saying, "What you a crazed ass dude, man? What you talking about? You're not even 50 years old. You talking about you seen Abraham and he was glad to see you in your day. You know, they picked up stones and they were gonna stone his ass. Yahushua had a jet out the back way, like dip off on them because they were so confounded that they thought he was a crazed dude.
Yeah,
but we were showing for any people that are babes in this or people that are new to this, we came back to Genesis 14 and 18 and showed what he was actually referring to when he was the reincarnate, the regenerated Melchizedek, priest of the Most High God. And now we're alluding to now, well, now that you come in and I gave that synopsis, we're alluding to him being at the very beginning, where God, the Most High Yahweh, was giving him the charge of all of the earth and all of its creation and all of that. So, in fact, bring that right back out. Start again at 8 and 27 of Proverbs.
Gotcha.
Because that was kind of powerful how he was giving them charge of everything.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 8 and verse 27. When he prepared the heavens, I was there. When he set a compass upon the face of the depth. When he established the clouds above. When he strengthened the fountains of the deep. When he gave to the sea his decree, that the waters should not pass his commandment. When he appointed the foundations of the earth.
He appointed the foundations of the earth, okay, to the charge of, well, right now, this is speaking in Proverbs about Yahushua and how he's giving him the charge. So, we've already been bringing out precepts in previous lessons, and we were showing this in camp. We've been showing how Yahushua has been prevalent all over the scriptures, to include Proverbs, Isaiah, Jeremiah. We could bring out some of those precepts right now if we want to kind of stretch this out a little bit. But I'm telling you right now, this is what the Most High is saying, that he's giving the charge to the beginning. Who was there at the beginning? Well, I kind of didn't want to give that up right now, but let's continue reading that Proverbs 8 and 27. Oh, I mean, you're probably up to about 28 right now, right?
Actually, verse 30.
All right, keep going. Read it all the way out. We already did it a little bit. Just read it all the way through now.
All right. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 8, verse 27. When he prepared the heavens, I was there. When he set a compass upon the face of the depth. When he established the clouds above. When he strengthened the fountains of the deep. When he gave to the sea his decree, that the water should not pass his commandment. When he appointed the foundations of the earth. Then I was by him, as one brought up with him, and I was daily his delight, rejoicing always before him.
All the way to 36, huh?
Verse 31, rejoicing in the habitable part of his earth, and my delights were with the sons of men. Now therefore, hearken unto me, O ye children, for blessed are they that keep my ways. Right. Verse 33, hear instruction and be wise, and refuse it not. Blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the posts of my doors. For whoso findeth me findeth life, and shall obtain favor of the Lord. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hate me love death.
Okay. So and what does, and just to paraphrase what Yahushua said, he that abideth in my Father's love, or vice versa, in my love abides in my Father's love. right? So if you don't love him, you don't love the Father. You don't love the Father. You don't love him, and you certainly don't love either one of them if you're abiding in sin. Okay, so get me Revelations 19.
Brother, you
And
said
what's going on, brother? Brother, you got a question?
you said that the scripture is talking about Christ.
Yeah, this is in reference to Christ. I'm gonna bring it out in a minute. In fact, you know what? Let's go there right now, since you a little bit hold that Revelations, okay? Let's bring it out. Man. So this is so what we just read, Proverbs 8, 27 to 36, is the Most High giving charge of everything to someone. Okay, let's see who that someone is. Okay, all right. So let's go to Genesis, the first chapter.
I'm reading the Spanish Bible.
Uh-huh.
Genesis.
We're gonna go to the first chapter. We're gonna go to the beginning. We're gonna go to the creation. All right. All right. Let's start. Let's start at verse 26.
Genesis 1:26, Huck.
Yeah, start from there. Because I'm not gonna go
Khan.
I'm not gonna do a whole creation lesson because that's just gonna be another lesson on top of a lesson. But I want to give Brother Berto and anybody else that might be a little bit not following along how all this ties into Christ. But we're gonna or Yahweh Shai per se. But let's examine this. Start at verse 26.
Khan, there's the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 26. And Yahweh said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowls of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
Okay, so you know what this kind of makes me feel like. You ever done like a project with your child? You know what I mean? Hey man, help me with the. Hey dad, help me with the science project. Help me with other school project, and and you say, well, man, and you take your son on the wing, and you're having fun with it, building it up, right? And so he says, man, come on, let's make this in our image. I could see the father and the son. They just going, you know, uh, just contemplating, right? How they should do this, right? So 27.
Verse 27. So Yahweh created man in his own image.
Mm-hmm.
In the image of Yahweh created he him. Male and female created he them.
All right, I don't want to go into another lesson, but he's creating male and female at this point, prior to where it's saying that Adam's alone and he needs a rib. Okay, yeah, I want you to peep that. Okay, because that's something else for those that are new to the truth. There were more people other than Adam and Eve. Okay, this is prior to Adam and Eve. Okay, and
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, right. Read 28. We'll get there right now. We'll jump over right after you read 28. 28, anybody?
28. And God
Verse
blessed them.
28. And
Go ahead.
Yahweh blessed them. And Yahweh said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish and subdue it and have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the fowl of the air and for every living thing that moveth upon the earth.
And every living thing that moveth upon the earth. You're kind of getting choppy there, brother Matthew. All right, so we're gonna fast forward a little bit here, and let's get to let's
Brother,
start. Let's read verse 18 of chapter 2.
hermano.
Yeah, what's going on, brother?
So because it says on our image, it's talking about the Most High and
Right.
Christ, right?
Yeah, and his creation in the heavens. He's gonna bring it down to earth right now. Let's get to. We're gonna fast forward and go to chapter 2, verse 18. This is the first time in the. Well, we'll get there. Let's just. I don't want to jump ahead. The verse. Hold on.
It's Genesis.
Chapter 2, verse 18. Bring it out, brother Yakusha.
Genesis 2 and 18. And
This is the book
Yahweh.
of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 18. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Good. You're kind of like on a little choppy delay, man. That's why I gave him the rock. I passed the rock. Go ahead.
No problem. No problem. I'll
Genesis 2
go
and
first.
18. And Yahweh Elohim said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him and help meet for him.
Continue.
And out of the ground Yahweh Elohim formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof.
So this is the first time Adam is being mentioned. Okay? So you have to know that there was Adam man, the creation of mankind, and then there was the first Adam. Okay? The first living creature of the spirit of the Most High that he gave charge to. So right here, he's giving that charge that we was reading in verses 8 through Proverbs 8 through 27 to 36. He's giving them charge. He's saying, okay, here, this is yours. Here, name it, and let's see what you call everything. Okay, now that creation, that spiritual creation became flesh in Adam. Okay, and he gave him that charge of what to call everything. Continue reading through. Go ahead, read some more. What's up?
Doesn't matter what language they were speaking. Do we know that? Or does it matter or no?
What do you mean if it matters what language you're speaking? I mean, I would love to be able to give this in Hebrew to everybody in our fold, but not all of us know Hebrew. Not all of us know Spanish. So right now, the language of choice is English.
No, so like,
are you getting a different? Are you getting something different in your Spanish Bible that you need clarification on, or what?
nah, I was just thinking, what were they speaking?
Oh, right now I don't think not even the Hebrew language was created. You got some insight on that, brother Yakasha?
What language?
They were speaking the language of angels at the moment, I would believe. Because he's saying he wants to bring out a question that is not really clear. So we can only speculate, and you know that we don't like to speculate. But yes, the Most High is communicating with his creation, Adam. Okay, so now Adam is now, if you want to really think about it, Adam is forming the language as we speak because he's giving him the charge to name such things. So whatever he names them in the words that come out of his mouth, that's the language that's being created. That's why he's the word. He was the word from the beginning. You understand? So he formed the word. Okay, so every language that transpires from here on out transpires from the word. Okay, Yahushai being that word. Okay, so right now this is you're making me give up the goodies, man. But this is right now the word Adam, the Alpha, right? Giving the first words in naming every creature and everything that's to come about, right? So look, we read that again, right? And out of the ground, the Lord Yahweh formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. Okay? And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. So whatever came out of his mouth, this is cow, this is cat, this is mouse, this is rat, whatever, in whatever form he said it at that moment, that's what it was called. All right. And then from there it developed. All right. So read 20.
Verse 20, Genesis 2 and 20. And Adam gave names to all cattle and to the fowl of the air and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found in help meet for him. 21. And Yahweh Elohim caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which Yahweh Elohim had taken from man made he a woman and brought her unto the man. And Adam said, this is now bone of my bone, and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman because she was taken out of man.
That's good enough, brother. So basically, what this is really saying, all right, because scientifically we know that a woman doesn't have an extra rib more than a man. All right, this is whoever believed that. I used to believe that as a young guy, you know, thinking women had an extra rib and we had one less or whatever. But that's not so. But what it's really saying is the Most High took from the DNA of man and created woman. And because that woman came from man, he named her woman. All right? All right. So basically, Adam was being given the charge to name everything. He was given the charge of everything. Back, that's to tie into Proverbs 8 and 27 through 36. Now we can go to Revelations 19 and 11.
But you said that there was people before them, right?
Yeah, but that's a whole nother lesson, man. But you really want to go into it?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
If it matters, why not?
It's not prevalent to this lesson, but we can show that there were other people besides Adam and Eve. Okay, because basically, who was Eve talking to? Was she really talking to a serpent? Who was gonna chase after Cain after he received the mark? All right, he was afraid of people that were gonna do him in if they saw that mark on him. So if they were alone, who was he afraid of?
I got that right here, bro.
Now bring it out, brother.
Genesis 4:14. Now this is Cain speaking after he killed his brother. Now he's talking to the Most High, and what he say? He says, "Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from the face shall I be hid, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that every one that findeth me shall slay me." So in the
Yeah, bring it down. Bring it down.
in
Yeah.
the teaching of that we were taught in Catholicism and taught in Christianity, that there was only what? Adam, Eve, Cain, and Abel. Now we know that there's more people on the earth, because who is Cain afraid that's going to kill him when he says, are you there, brother Berto?
Yeah,
Are you on Genesis 14? Okay,
yeah.
read that for me. Read that for me. Genesis 14, from where
He's
he
reading
says,
in Spanish. He's reading in Spanish.
okay,
I
go
don't
ahead.
have the Bible in English.
No, no, está bien,
Okay,
está
read it in
bien.
Spanish. Read it in
Read it
Spanish.
in
Tell me what it
Spanish para
says.
que tenga entendimiento.
4:15.
4 and 14.
And this is just in translation to what you just finished reading. So let him read it in Spanish for the understanding. Go ahead.
So it says 4:14. Hoy me has echado fuera de esta tierra y tendré que vagar por el mundo lejos de tu presencia, sin
Mhm.
poder descansar jamás. Y así
Ajá.
cualquiera que me encuentre me matará.
Ok, aguántate ahí. So, ¿quién lo va a encontrar? Si estaban solos, ¿quién lo va a matar?
Well, that's the thing, though, right? Because
Who's going to kill him?
so there,
Who's going to find him if they're
Who's he
alone?
afraid of? Let's go further. There's some more if we just keep going. Verse
Right.
15. And Yahweh said unto him, therefore, whoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord seeketh a mark upon Cain, lest any find him should kill him.
So
he put the
cualquiera
mark
que
on
lo
him
viera.
so,
so nobody would kill him. So
so there was
more than just
only
that.
so
Hold on,
there
let's
was only
keep going,
more.
bro.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. And Cain went down from the presence of Yahweh and dwelt in the land of Nod on the east of Eden. And Cain knew his wife. Okay, so who did Cain marry?
Right. If it was only him, where did he find a wife? So he's got people that want to kill him if they see, or he believes that there's people that want to kill him if they see the mark. And then also he found a wife. Where did he find a wife if it's only them three? Because he already killed his brother. So right at the moment, according to Christian dogma, there would only be three people. So where would he find a wife, and who's going to kill him?
So there was already more males and females.
Yeah, we already established that when I read it earlier to you. I'm going to create man and male and female. This was prior to him addressing Adam. Esto era antes de que se encuentra Adán, ¿ok? Cuando él dijo, vamos a crear hombre y mujer en nuestra imagen. So él hizo toda esa gente antes que él puso a Adán en el jardín. Before, I'm going to translate for Brother Walter. Before he put Adam in the garden, he already created multiple male and female. Okay? And then he brought Adam within the spirit of the Most High and gave him charge over all the fowls and the creatures and the cattle of the land.
Does that make sense, Brother Berto?
That's a little bit, but not too much, because it's saying so there was already man and woman before, but then later on, why he put to sleep Adam?
Because you got to understand, the tree of knowledge, right? When he was talking about the trees, he was talking about other nations. So when he put Adam and Eve in the garden, you understand? He made them exclusive. He didn't want them mingling with the outside trees. You understand? Those trees represent other people, other nations. So he didn't want them dealing with the other nations. So he kept them exclusive in the garden. But what happened was Eve spoke with a serpent. Now, you don't really talk to a snake. Have you ever talked to a snake?
No,
talk
but
to-
I
you
could
talk-
consider some.
You
I
talk to
haven't
snake like people, right? You talk to tú le
Right.
hablas a gente que consideramos víboras, pero nunca
Right,
hablamos
right.
de una
I
víbora.
never talked to a snake, but I'll consider some people to be snakes.
Exactly. So that serpent was a snake-like dude talking junk to Eve's head, and she took that fruit in, and then she shared it with Adam. So what the fruit was that knowledge of wickedness that was being passed on from that serpent-like dude that was speaking to her. If I'm gonna put it in layman's terms, you
So
understand?
25 says that they didn't feel ashamed to be naked, right?
Right.
But
Again,
later,
they're
right.
being excluded. They're being exclusively in the garden. At that moment, they had childlike mentalities. They were humble, right? They didn't have that knowledge of good and evil. Okay, that's what happened when the snake talked junk to her head. Then she realized what she can do with all that.
Like consciously.
Then she gained the conscience because then she knew what was all, nakedness about. I don't want to get vulgar or anything, but then she realized what that nakedness was because the serpent broke it down to her. That's why she wasn't supposed to deal with the outside tree. That's why she wasn't supposed to deal with them outside serpent people. You understand? Because they were going to contaminate her mind. And that's exactly what happened. She got contaminated with that poison fruit, which is
So at this time, there was no Israelites. No.
no. Well, Adam is the beginning of the Most High's righteous spirit, and that's going to carry on through his lineage to establish the Israelites later on. But it always going to lead back to a certain lineage of righteousness.
I saw a video once that somebody was saying that Adam was Christ.
That's what we're trying to tell you. Thanks for giving it up. I was going to build up to it, but yes, Adam was Christ. Adam was Melchizedek, and Adam was other personalities throughout the scriptures.
So let's go back into it, Doc. Let's finish out your lesson.
So let's go back.
Now that we covered that, now that we cleared that up,
Yeah, so that's what we were trying to show you, Ak. That so when I showed you in Proverbs that Christ was given all the charge of things, we were showing you that he is the Alpha. What does the Alpha mean? The beginning, right? The precept said he was there. He is what is, and what was, and what shall be. That's just basically saying he is the Alpha and the Omega. And he's been throughout. Okay, so él tenía que estar ahí en el principio y él va a estar ahí en el fin. Por eso él es el Adán, el Alfa, y él es el Omega, el último. Okay, all right, let's go to Revelations 19 and 11. We lost on Brother Matthew.
I got you, bro. This is Revelation
1911.
Yeah. Hold that. Don't bring it out here. Let's see what's going on with you.
Now we lost Berto.
I think Brother Matthew's phone died, and and I think the powers that be may have just canceled out Berto's signal right now. Yo, man, I mean, I know he's an inquisitive brother. He wants to learn, but yeah, he kind of
Well, let's just keep rolling with it.
redirected me.
He's just learning.
He's coming back on right now. All right. So, but I think we lost Matthew for good. I don't know what happened to his he was struggling getting his phone charged, but maybe that's what went down because I just tried to call him and it went straight to voicemail.
Yeah.
All right. So get me Revelation 19:11. Bring it up. Bring it up.
Revelations 19:11. And I saw heaven opened, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doeth judge and make war. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but himself. And he was clothed. So which one?
Yeah. We're gonna go through 13. Just bring out the last verse. Go ahead, and I'll break
And
it
he
down.
was clothed with the vesture dripped in blood, and his name is called the Word of God.
And his name was called the Word of God. And what did John 1 and 1 said? Bring John 1 and 1 one more time. Somebody bring it out real quick. All right. So at the end, right, we've known them by many names. Okay, we've known them as Adam. We've known them as Melchizedek. We've known them as Isaac. We've known them as Solomon. We've known them as Christ. You understand? So, but in the last days, in the end, he's going to have a whole new name that only he knows. Okay, it's not going to be given to us till we be redeemed. Okay, so and the fact that his vesture is dripped in blood is because he's going to come in all his righteousness and power to lay the smackdown on the rest of the wicked earth. So that and so that's why he's going to be dripped in blood. But his name was called the Word of God. He's always been.
He's
the
still
Word.
gonna come back, right?
Yeah. Hold on.
We're coming back to okay.
John 1 and 1.
John 1 and 1. In the beginning was the Word.
In the beginning was the Word. You understand? In the beginning was the Word. So it's good that you actually brought that out. You said, what language were they speaking? We don't know what language we were speaking, but we know it was the Word, right? It was the inception of all languages. It was the inceptions of all words. It was the Word of the Most High. Who was the Word? Right here. The man that's dripped in blood in his vesture. The man with his new name. The Christ. Okay? The Hamashiach. All right.
So it's just reincarnation, right? It's the spirit of Christ.
We call it
just different.
regeneration, right? It's been the same spirit. Okay, your spirit doesn't change. You've been the same person throughout your regenerations. We've all been the same throughout our regenerations. Our spirit remains the same. We just known as different personalities. Now, we don't have any recollection as to who we were in the past, but this is Christ we're speaking of. This is the firstborn of the Most High. You understand? He was.
So this is why.
Creation. Yes.
This is why we
La
meet
primera
sometimes.
creación del Altísimo. Okay. All right. Let's continue. Then we can open it up to questions after we're done. We're almost done. We got 2 more verses to go. Psalms 40 and 7.
40 and what?
Psalms 40 and 7.
40 and 7.
Yes, sir.
So when it says in I just was getting something in my head when I think it's in Ecclesiasticals on Sirach that that he was married to wisdom or something like that.
Hold on. Yeah. Okay. That's a whole
verses. He'll answer questions when we're done.
Yeah. Hold it off with two with two verses out, and then we're going to close out with this verse because Hebrews 10 and 7 says the same thing.
Okay.
Okay?
40, Psalms 40.
40 and 7. I'm going to let you read it. Oh, what? You're going to read in Spanish. Actually, Brother Walter, you read it.
It's okay. You read in English. I'll just follow along in Spanish.
Okay, good. Bring it up. Psalms 40 and 7.
No, but I don't have it in English though.
That's all right. You know what? Read it in Spanish while Brother Walter gets it in English. Go ahead.
Okay.
Psalms 40 and 7.
Yes.
47.
Okay.
It says, tú no te complaces en los sacrificios ni en las ofrendas de cereales.
No. Capítulo 40, versículo 7.
Yeah, that's one. That's the one. It says right here.
Salmos 40,
Me agrada hacer tu voluntad.
40 y
Ajá.
versículo 7.
That's how I have it here. Well, the one I'm using, it says Dios habla hoy.
I don't know, man. Go ahead. Read what you got. Let me see what you got.
47. It says,
Not 47, 40
No.
and 7.
yeah, chapter 20.
No, chapter 40.
Yeah, Salmos chapter 40,
Ajá. Versículo 7.
versículo 7. Oh, right here it says, tú no te complaces en los sacrificios ni en las ofrendas de cereales, tampoco has pedido holocaustos ni ofrendas para quitar el pecado.
No, I don't think that. Read it out, man. Help me out here, brother. Read 40 and 7 for me, Brother Yakasha.
40 and 7. Then said I, Lo, I come. In the volume of the book, it is written of me.
En todo el volumen del libro, in all the volume of the book, it's
Oh,
written
okay.
of him.
Yeah,
Okay.
right here is number 8.
Oh, it's number 8, man.
It
I
says,
don't,
por
I don't know
eso
what
he
kind of
dicho,
Bible you're reading, brother.
por eso he dicho, aquí estoy, tal como el libro dice de mí.
Mhm.
Y a mí me agrada hacer la voluntad, Dios mío.
Okay. Why do you have that version of the Spanish Bible? You don't have a Reina Valeria?
Yeah, I got it in the truck, but this one, I have this one because right here is Cyrac. The Reina Valera doesn't have Cyrac.
Oh, okay. I mean, my brother Matthew has gotten a lot of the Apocrypha online and he's printed it out. But okay, man. So let's talk about it, man. Brother Walter, you got any questions?
Yes. Look, I'm just gonna. When we were talking about earlier about the word and what the brother was saying about which language that they were speaking, I'm just saying, wouldn't that language be still Hebrew, or before he took all the language and broke it down when they in Babel, before he broke everything down and changed all that language? I would think that the language would be still Hebrew in the beginning, because I think everybody in the world was just speaking one language, correct?
Right. That brings us back to the Lawan Kodash, right? That would be the holy language, right?
Right.
Would you agree, Brother Yakasha?
Well, what I'm saying is lengua, that means your tongue, right?
Right.
So there was no tongue. I mean, there wasn't in the flesh. When they, like, language as we speak it, we use our tongues and our flesh to speak these languages. They didn't have tongues. You know what I'm saying? There was in the spirit realm. I mean, where there was in the heaven. You know what I'm saying? So, as far as this being Hebrew, I would like to find this. Something. I mean, we could speculate, but
there's nothing to support it. Right, but you know what?
Then I have to speculate that they didn't have tongues to where the lengua would come out like, you know.
Beautiful point,
You know
brother.
what I'm saying?
That's a beautiful point because you
We
know what?
we speak languages of the flesh, you know.
Right. And they were speaking spiritual. So that means that it was just manifested in their mind.
Okay, okay, I could, yeah, okay, I could feel that
or
because I
whatever.
was just thinking, well, okay, if we was all speaking one language at that time,
Think
so
about it.
that's what yeah, okay, but it
How
makes
How,
sense
do,
what you're saying.
how does the spirit convey messages to us?
Well, that's
It,
what I'm trying to say because that's what I'm trying to say.
it speaks to our heart.
I didn't know this until tonight that when the way it was interpreted because don't forget in the Christian part and going by what I read and what I know, there was all one language at one time. So y'all articulated the way that the
Yeah, but
spirit,
we're talking later on in Babel
yeah,
Yeah, that
where
was until chapter 6.
bring it out.
No, that wasn't until chapter 11 in Genesis.
Right.
You are,
Where he had to disrupt
From
us.
1 to 6 is thousands of years, you know.
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
I'm
but right now, the Most High didn't need language to speak to His
right,
first creation. He would just he would just speak through the Spirit, right?
yeah,
Just like He speaks to us in the Spirit, right?
right. I understand that now.
Right? He doesn't speak to us. We don't hear it audibly, right? He just speaks to our heart, which our heart is our
Right.
mind, right? So he conveys the information directly to our processors. You know what I mean?
But that was cleared up for me tonight. I sure appreciate it, brothers.
No, absolutely, man. I wanna be able to help us, because in answering your questions, sometimes we come into revelations for ourselves through the Spirit, communicating to our receptors, letting us know, no, this is, and through Brother Yakasha's spirit, he brought that out. He brought out what is the what's that word when you the roots of words, right? He was looking at the root of the word language, which would be lingua, right? So linguistics, right, which would be of the tongue. This is a physical act that we do to convey sound and to convey messages to human ears. But we're dealing with the spirit and the spirit of the Most High, which conveys His information to our receptors, which is our hearts, which is our mind.
But
Okay?
the Hebrew language is a special language. It is.
It carries a very special frequency more than
And
any
there's
other.
actually a scripture. I'm not sure which one it says, but it says that there's more force to the meaning in the Hebrew. I think it's in Apocrypha. It might be in Sirach somewhere, but it says in the Hebrew there is more force.
Can you kind of like paraphrase it a little bit?
More force in the Hebrew. That's the phrase that's sticking to me right now. But it is in the. It might be in a second Esdras. I'm not quite sure, but Brother Walter he does have a point on that. The Hebrew is a special language, though.
Yes. Brother Berto, you've been holding back. Now's the time to ask all the questions you may or concerns that you may have.
not just I remember something in that bullshit Catholic thing that the guy that was teaching something, I asked him how come some birds can't speak, and he didn't give me the answer, and he got mad at me because he couldn't give me an answer in front of everybody. But I always wonder, like how come some parrots speak and stuff like that. I don't know if some demons go inside animals too.
No.
Hold on, let me before we go off into another whole another realm. Let me get that one for you, Brother Walter. It's Sirach chapter 1, verse 1. Wait.
I don't have the. I'm still waiting for my book for the Apocrypha. So I don't have that. That's not going to be in the regular Bible, right?
Hey, brother, I'm gonna teach you how to download it, man. Like you can get it on your phone too. You just get
Yeah, I got it on my phone, but if I go on my phone, then I'm gonna lose everybody.
All right, brother, just go ahead. Listen.
Okay.
Brother Yakasha gonna bring it out now. Go ahead, bring it out.
Okay, this is Sirach 1 and 1, but I'm not going to read the whole thing because
Okay.
it's like it's a prologue. I'm going to read you the excerpt of it, okay?
I'm going to highlight it later. So what is it now, sir?
Ecclesiasticus chapter 1 verse 1, and it's
Okay.
about in the
Sirach, right? Sirach.
Sirach. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sirach. And it's like around the second paragraph because that verse is like a big a prologue, okay? But it says okay, let me start. Wherein we may seem to come short of some words, which we have labored to interpret, like we do now. For the same thing uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue have not the same force in them. So what we're saying is the Hebrew, it is a special, it is the holy, the holy tongue.
Yeah.
And it does have special more force in it when you speak it in the Hebrew. So
Yeah,
that's
the,
what you
the,
was getting at, Brother Walter, when you're
yeah,
like,
the frequency
we
carries
speak,
off.
we thought that it was a heavenly tongue, but it
Yeah.
is a special language.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the Lawan Kodash. That's why we meaning the holy language, and so yeah, it carries a better frequency. That's why when we try to say praises and when we pray, I personally try to utilize as much Hebrew as I can. I can't do like all of my prayer in Hebrew, but I try to do most of it in Hebrew, and then from Hebrew, I even try to go. Into Spanish more than I do English because even Spanish will carry even a higher frequency than English,
I
as some
agree.
Spanish words
It goes
will
back
go
further.
back to the Hebrew.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish I spoke Spanish, man.
You said that was Sirach 1:1?
Yes, sir.
Because it says alabanza de la sabiduría here. I found out that this book doesn't have Esdras 2.
No, Second Ezra, you're gonna have to download it. That's what Brother Matthew did to get Second Ezra.
I think that one only has it Biblia del Oso.
No, you can get it online and then you can print it out. That's what Brother Matthew did, and that's how we utilize it in camp.
I didn't find that one here though. What the brother just read though.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what I'm saying. There's ways to get the the apocrypha canons in either online or there's certain Bibles that have it. All right. Any more questions y'all need to have answered? Anything you wanna?
oh,
Any,
you already went. You already talked about. You already talked about the Sabbath and the new moon, right?
all right. So here it goes. Let me explain that to you because I know you've been having trouble with that. Okay, you want to do lunar Sabbath, right? Yes or no? You want to keep the lunar Sabbath?
I'm able to that.
You're
That's the
able.
thing that my work. Yeah, so I'm able to,
Okay, so if you're
so
able to do it,
because I was
and it's in your spirit to want to do it as a lunar Sabbath, then this is the way the lunar Sabbath flows. Okay, every new moon establishes a new Sabbath, so meaning because we have a new moon tomorrow doesn't mean that we skip the Sabbath today. We're in the Sabbath right now, okay? But this is part of the last moon Sabbath, okay? So the last moon Sabbath had a cycling Monday to Tuesday, okay? But now the new moon is going to shift us from Tuesday to Wednesday, right? So the only thing is we finish up our last Sabbath of the previous moon and we're going to start our new Sabbath with the new moon. So we celebrate new moon as a feast day, okay? You held your Sabbath without kindling fire, and you kept it no buying, no selling. The only difference in the new moon, you can feast, you can eat, you can cook. The only thing, you're still gonna treat it like a Sabbath. No work, no buying, no selling. Okay? After this new moon is over, your next Sabbath will be Tuesday and Wednesday. And it will continue that way for 3 more weeks, right? Tuesday, Wednesday,
Tuesday
Wednesday,
to Wednesday.
right? You'll finish up. The new moon that'll come after that will shift it again, and you will celebrate your last Sabbath and your new moon. Is that the way you do it, Brother Yakasha?
Yeah, and then when you start keeping the to solidify, that the lunar Sabbath is the correct Shabbat, because when you start keeping it, you're gonna notice that all your Shabbats are gonna end up either on the full moon, half moon, or new moon.
Right,
So, Salakia, your feast days are
right.
always gonna begin and end with the Shabbat, a lunar Shabbat. Your feast days.
So this is how I feel actually comfortable. I've been actually spiritually blessed by doing it this way. I used to be fixed, and until I started doing the lunar Sabbath, and I just felt that everything fell into place. And so there was a point where I was even a little bit confused about that part. So what do I do now? I double up Sabbaths? No. So it just spiritually came to me. You finish up your last Sabbath of the month, right? And then you start with a fresh Sabbath, which actually happens to be a feast day in the new moon, where you can light your fire, you can cook, you can enjoy that day, but you just treat it, you sanctify it by not buying or selling or working. You understand? So it still becomes a rest day as well.
And you got to think back of how the Israelites in the ancient world were living. Okay, the reason why we keep lunar Sabbath is because it coincides and tells us what we should be doing in our agricultural life, when we should be planting crops, when we should be reaping crops, when we should be pruning crops. It all had to do with our farming and
Yeah.
husbandry.
And then so just like we rest on the seventh day, you got to give the land. See, the agricultural people that do agriculture today, they're making the land weary. And then we ask why we have droughts, why their crops dry up, why their areas are not fertile anymore, because they're working the ground to death. They're literally killing the ground, because you're supposed to be giving the ground rest every 7 years. So on the seventh year, you're not supposed to till or plow that land. You're supposed to let it relax, recuperate, and then following year it will give you an abundant crop. You tracking? You tracking, Brother Walter?
Everything right.
This moon, this what you talking about, it's going to take me a little bit longer to grasp it fully,
Okay.
because when I was with the other place, they never told me nothing about that. So I'm
Of
learning.
course, they're not going to tell you how some Amalekite fake ass Jew gonna be able to tell you something.
Hey, share my
That's why I'm
screen.
missing it. But I will be acquiring it again, because that's interesting.
No, well, that's just basically, we can bring out the presets. You want to bring out a new moon preset, brother?
Oh, share my screen. Like, I just want to show them a calendar.
All right, sure, absolutely.
Can y'all see
Okay.
that?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. So here is when we're going to keep. Right here is the vernal equinox. Right here up top. All right, and this is around the time of our new year, and then 14 days later is Passover. All right.
Okay.
And then in the first season, you have 3 new moons. 1, 2, 3. Then we know
Okay.
that's springtime. Okay. And that's when we celebrate on Passover. What do? We slaughter a lamb, and we also plant we harvest the crops that we planted 7 months before in tabernacle. Okay, but count with me. There's always 3 new moons in every season, and that's why we follow the moon to eat. They even learned it from us in your Farmer's Almanac, right? But this is ancient. You know, it goes back ancient. This is how we used to know when we plant 3 new moons. Then we know it's summertime after, and then 3 new moons of summertime. Then it goes into fall. Then 3 new moons of fall. Then we get into winter time. And in tabernacles, right here in the 7th month, that's when we reap what we planted. 7 months before that, in the springtime, in Passover, and then we do it again. We slaughter some lambs in the 7th month, and then we reap what we harvested in the first month. Right? You follow me? And then we plant again. We plant again. Then 7 months later, we're doing it again on Passover. Does that make sense?
And you notice something? You notice how man will trip you out, right? Because you see how the 7th month, when you start from March and you go to the 7th month, it becomes September, which sept actually means 7.
Right.
Okay? So why would sept be the 9th month when it's really the 7th month?
So that's the Gregorian calendar. That's way off, and they did that on purpose. You know, there's a scripture in Daniel says that they would change times and seasons, right?
Right.
So we going back. We try to trace our heritage, trace our lineage, trying to follow the breadcrumbs back to who we are, and part of it is getting back in natural time. And that's what the Shabbat
everything makes sense, but right now, since we're in Babylon, I guess it's not too easy at times.
Babylon will twist you up.
Plus brotherhood is very important, because without brotherhood we can't even do this.
Well, that's why the scriptures say we need to follow God rather than man. Okay, so when we follow God and we're within the confines of His law, statutes, and commandments, that's where we get married to wisdom, right? You wanted to bring that out, right? Where you be married to wisdom, right? That's the
trust the brothers, Berto Salakia, bro. Trust the brothers that been laboring in this already. You know what I'm saying? And be open to it. You know, and put away everything that you learned from Catholicism. Put away everything, or throw away everything you learned in Catholicism. Throw away you learn everything in Baptist Church, Christianity. Throw all that away, because Yahushua said, you can't put Salakia. You can't put new wine in an old skin. All right. So this is all going to be new, and sometimes it will be like, whoa, you know. But that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to be like, wow, you know, this is a trip, you know.
I didn't learn nothing in that place anyway, so.
Well, you know, we still been taught by our family, and they had been forced this teaching on them too, right?
I only learned damn lies.
My point is, trust the brothers that have been laboring in this. You know what I'm saying?
You know, Solomon, he could have had anything on the earth. You know, he was the richest man known to the planet. He could have had anything he ever wanted. And you know, the only thing that he would put first and want from the Most High was wisdom. Okay?
Hallelujah.
So wisdom, the scriptures say wisdom is the primary thing, you know. And the only
he said he'd give wisdom to the wary.
Right. So the only way you're going to get wisdom is keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments.
Hallelujah. Yes, indeed.
So once you keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, bro, everything will become natural in your heart, in your mind. You'll be able to have vision. That veil is removed. You'll be able to see things. You'll be able to read between the lines. You'll be able to see the beyond the parables.
Okay.
But isn't the moon out right now for tomorrow?
No, the moon is already waxing dark, bro. It's like tomorrow you should not be able to see no moon. It should be dark.
Oh, right. Yesterday I seen it a little bit, like it was closing down.
Yeah. It was shutting. It was closing out.
But like 2 nights ago, I didn't see it, because I look outside and I try to find it, but
It just might be in a position where you can't see it. You know what I mean? But it doesn't mean it's not there.
But see, the way I keep it, Ak, is like all this is the new moon feast to me because there's a new moon's not actually till tomorrow night, right?
Right,
At least officially. But all this is just the new moon feast. You know
right,
what I'm saying? That's how I keep it until
so right now,
until the first light. That'd be my first work day. That's how I keep it.
right. Well, I just keep it as I'm closing out the this is like New Year's Eve, bro. It is literally New Year's Eve right
Yeah,
now.
right.
You know what I mean? So
New month's Eve, right?
yeah, yeah,
today,
yeah. Tomorrow is our first moon of the year. Tomorrow is the real New Year's. Okay.
today was 50 in Chicago, and this is the first time it's 50 today.
All right. Well, great for you, bro. It was 70 over here.
Man, don't tell
Were
me
you
that. Ak.
were you
Don't
in
tell me
Chicago?
that, Ak. Like,
It-
hey,
yeah,
Yeah.
he's in
hold on,
Chicago.
You in Chicago, brother?
Uh,
Yeah.
No, brother
I'll-
Yakasha, brother Berto's in Chicago, brother Yakasha's in Colorado. They
Look
both
here.
freezing their bazongas off, man.
Yeah,
Well,
look here.
well,
I'm 3 hours south of you in Chicago. I'm 3 hours away from you from Chicago, where I was born and raised.
oh,
where at?
Peoria.
Oh, Peoria. That's
3 hours south of Chicago.
All right, man.
right,
But
right.
anyway, let's. If there's not any other like scriptural, spiritual concerns right now, let me know, and if not, we're gonna just shut it down. Any other questions? Anything that you need understanding on, brothers? Or we can help you out, and at the same time, maybe the rest of whoever's viewing or watching may get some edification from, or you guys good
So,
for now?
so then the next one is the 7 days of leavening Passover, right?
14 days from tomorrow,
14 days from tomorrow is a Passover.
or basically 14 days from this eve. Yes.
And de los 7 días de pan sin levadura.
Then the week of unleavened bread.
I do mine in March.
Yeah, that's
the new moon
not-
in March.
Yeah. So
So which one's more important? New moon today, Sabbath, or new moon tomorrow?
all of them, brother. All of them.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Just keep it all. If you could keep the lunar Shabbat, keep the new moon. Then you're gonna keep the feast, bro. It's a beautiful thing, man. It really is, and it teaches
Yeah,
you a lot.
Well, what does it
So-
say? For the love of God is to keep the commandments, and they are not grievous, man. We should be loving this. We should be wanting to do this. You know what I mean? We come up on oppositions. We come up on Satan will make excuses in your mind to not. Oh, I gotta work. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I can't. Satan's gonna attack you,
Is
brother.
Berto keeping Shabbat? Are you keeping
Well-
Shabbat yet, Berto?
Why?
He
Yeah, but
tries.
I guess
He tries.
Esau is gonna have to wait on his money.
He still don't want to wait on his money. So,
No,
I thought
he
you said you
is
had the
going to.
option.
No, I'm saying that he's gonna have to wait on his money. Esau.
okay, if we get, you know what?
I'm gonna take. So I'm not working tonight and tomorrow then.
Well, that's good. That's all praises. All praises. If that, you know what? Best believe, brother, if you put your best foot forward with the Most High and you rehearse the righteous acts of the Most High, you keep the spirit of this law. Trust me, there's nothing that is adverse that's going to happen to you that you can't be able to find a solution through Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to get yourself back on track financially or anything. I don't have a care in the world, man. Believe it or not, man. And it's all due to me keeping these righteous acts, doing what I have to do, man. And everything just falls in place. Listen, Brother Walter could relate to this because we're ex-soldiers, right? And so I got paid last night. I got paid yesterday, right? So no, I got paid today. Today the 28th, right? I got paid today. So I knew that I had to either pay all my bills or whatever I could pay on this day in advance. So what I did, I paid everything that kind of takes a couple of days to hit the account. I did that first. And guess what? The things that I'm supposed to pay on the first, I'm not going to be able to because I'm not over the Shabbat till the end of till the second. So guess what? Well, what's the problem with me paying something on the second? You get like 15 days of grace period anyway. So guess what? Esau's gonna wait till the second for me to post some checks, post some bills or whatever. It's not gonna stop the world. It's not gonna stop my function of my house. It's not even gonna affect my credit.
Hey, Yuck, this is how the Most High organize your life.
Yeah.
He's gonna say, okay, you're gonna not pay this now, but pay it later or pay it early. This is how he organized your financial situation.
Right. Because
it's all about timing.
Right. And you keep the Shabbat prevalent. The Shabbat is prevalent in my heart, man. There's nothing that's going to make me want to break that. That's how adamant about it, bro. I get into tit for tats if my wife even lights the stove at the wrong time. You know what I mean? You know, I pray the Most High that she becomes more involved in the Shabbat. But as far as I'm concerned, nobody, not her, not my kids, not nothing, no work, no nothing that I have to do. It could wait. It could wait. I say, hey, Shabbat is now, and that's it. Everything shuts down.
Hallelujah.
So I already have it prevalent in my mind. Okay, I'm gonna get paid now. All right, wait. What I'm gonna do now before this sun goes down, and what I'm gonna do after? And I already established. I said, you know what? All this other payments and everything, they're gonna just wait till it's all over. There's nothing that can't wait, bro.
This is how the Most High organize your life. Yeah. I've had customers try to pay me late, and I'm like, yo, you're gonna have to hold that payment because I'm not collecting no payment after whatever the sun drop. So you're gonna have to wait. If you can't pay me now, don't send that money until the appointed time after Shabbat. Right. But this is how the Most High organize your financial situation.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to testify to you, brothers, since I've been calling on the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, since I've been practicing his righteous acts and following his law, statutes, and commandments, and become obedient to the creator of heaven and earth. I've increased in knowledge, wisdom, understanding. I've increased in health. I've increased in spirituality and mental health. I've also increased in economic, financial, the financial area.
Yeah, that's why.
Ways. The Most High said He will increase you in all ways.
That's right. That's
have the angels take charge of you, take charge of thee in all your ways.
Yeah, that's why I call you the mighty Yakasha.
I call you the mighty Yaban.
This is a good brother, man, and I always, me and him, bro, we ping off of the spirit, man. You know, like man,
Yaban lights me up, bro. Yaban, Prince Yaban, he lights me up.
Yeah, the same thing with this brother, man. Like we ping off of each other, man. Like right now, I feel the spirit that's emerging from him. You know what I mean? So this is a beautiful thing to feel this way, to feel the power of the Most High just dripping out of you, man. Man.
I've been fasting, Ak. You know what I'm saying? I've been fasting. So
all praises to that. You know what?
Bro. I need to gotta fast, bro.
You know what? I gotta start. You know what? I should go on a fast now.
Bro, you know what I'm saying? Do it because the Most High, he'll light you up, baby.
Yeah, my doctor tried to fill me up with hey, your cholesterol's like this, your sugar like that, man. And I said, listen. Right now we got bigger things to fry. Right now the whole earth going to be in flames, man. You know what?
Don't listen to them devils, bro. They're not in the business of healthy people. They are in the business of sick people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if they make everybody healthy, they ain't making no money.
Yeah.
Right? If everybody's healthy, they ain't making no money. Huh?
The brother is going invisible. You invisible, brother. Look.
Who? Oh
Praise the
yeah,
Most High.
Look,
that's part of his background. It blends into his.
yeah, but he's going. His flesh is going right through it.
Yeah.
You don't
You,
see that?
yeah, but that's technology, man. That's it's
Praise the Most High.
you be bugging sometimes, Berto, man. But I'm gonna keep praying for you, brother Berto. I know you want. You know what? He's zealous, brother Berto. He's zealous of the
Hello,
Lord,
Baba
man.
Concho.
He want to do the righteous act. He be hating on his own people's idolatry and stuff like that, man. I tell you, you know. Let's see what we got here,
Hey,
dog.
I've been going eating healthy now. No more sugar.
No sugar. I don't eat sugar either, right? Sativia. What is
I
it
want to
called?
take.
Sativa or stativia?
I take care of the temple.
Yeah, let me,
Yeah. Don't drink soda. Don't eat out in the
Which one?
streets. The filthy
let,
people trying to make your Big Macs and everything, man. Don't eat that.
this,
No,
Those people are
we got
defiled.
brother Bible controversy over here.
no.
He's putting out good
That's all
scripts.
Esau's shit. Esau's food garbage, man. All that shit is what McDonald's or Burger King. All that shit has shitload of
Read,
sodium and
read,
stuff, man.
read
This
Bible Contro's
trash.
script. He got some fire precepts he puts out, Bible Control.
Yeah,
Thou shalt keep
Which
therefore
one?
his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee this day, that it may go well with thee. See that there's things that we don't understand why, but the understanding comes later. The obedience comes first, and then the Most High will give you the understanding of why He had you do these things.
and with thy children after thee, and thou mayest prolong thy days upon the earth, which the Lord thy God giveth thee forever. So, you know what I mean? I don't care what my doctor has to say. You know what I mean? The Most High's got his day to take me out, and I know he got still some work for me to do. Even though we rounding the corner here, man, we rounding the corner, man. I just praying for the destruction of this place, man. I'm praying. I'm praying that Putin, big headed Kim Jong Un, big headed, whatever the name of the Chinese leader, the Iranians, all of them get up in the mix, man. Get it on. You know what I mean? Let's all get it on. Let's go. Let's go. Bring in the Armageddon. I pray for it.
All I know is I'm tired of this damn place.
Well,
I hate
you
it.
know what? It's rounding the end, bro. Because like we on the verge of World War III, and so I just pray the Most High that He moves the heart of kings and gets all these people involved, drag them into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and let's get it popping.
Damn this place, man. And
All right,
all
man. With that being said, man, I want to give all praises to the Most High, man. I want to give all praises to the Akim that's on the chat, or the Akim that gave us a shout out, that always participate, man, and come on and build with us, man. Um, I praise the Most High for you brothers. Um, um, may your life be blessed. May the Most High in Christ bless you in this day and going out forward. That He may keep you. That you do not fall reprobate in no shape, form, or fashion. That you keep this truth to the end. He said, "He that followeth me in the regeneration." Man, I'm gonna bring that back up, man, because you know that was kind of the lesson of today, that we were showing that Christ is the Alpha, He's the Omega. He says I am what is now, I am what was, and I am what shall be. You know what I mean? So He's been here throughout, man. And so Matthew 19 and 28. You want to bring that up for me, brother?
I got you.
What is it?
Let's close it out with this, man, because this is what it was all about.
What book is it?
Mateo 19 y 28. Matthew
San
19,
Mateo.
19 and 28. Bring it out as soon as you get it.
Matthew 19 and 28. And Yahushua said unto them, Verily, I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon the 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
That's right, man. So, if we're gonna be
19.
we want to be the judges of this planet, man. We waiting to reach our heaven. We're waiting to reach our kingdom. So all praises to the Most High. Call halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Mamalak Yahweh Shai Barakatah Yahweh Barakatah Yahweh Shai Barakatah Barakwa Kadash. All right, yo, I just give thanks to the Most High, man, that I have good brothers around me, good brothers that I can tap into, man. Um, you brothers, you keep building in the spirit, keep asking questions. We're here for you. And like Brother Yakasha said, Brother Berto and Brother Walter, just keep tapping into the resources that the Most High gives you, and that's why He has brothers that have gone out before you to learn this truth, that work hard diligently every day to learn this truth, so that we're not doing it to keep it to ourselves. We're doing it to spread it amongst our brethren. That's the love thy neighbor. You know what I mean? If we don't spread this truth, we don't have no love for nobody. So, but because we really love our Akim, I truly say that from the bowels of my heart, man, that I love you, brothers. That whatever I can do to bring you, elevate you in this truth, man, I'm gonna do my best to get you there. So, yeah, brothers, that's it for me, man. You got any input? Anybody else want to say anything before we shut it down?
I think the last one was Mateo 19.
19 and 28, brother. Okay, this is Yahweh Shai is saying here, them that have followed him in the regeneration. What is regeneration? What the East Indians call reincarnation, but it cannot be reincarnation because you can't come back as a cow, as a roach. The Most High can't judge you upon that. He's going to judge you upon your lives. But see, the thing is that the elect is the elect. We have already been chosen, and so we are the ones that Christ is addressing here. He's addressing that those that have followed me in the regeneration, meaning if you've been in this truth, you've always been in this truth since day one. All right. In all your lives, you have come to the knowledge of the truth, and you always abided in the law, statutes, and commandments, and you're going to continue to do so. That's what makes you the elect. Okay. So just pray that you don't fall reprobate, and that you really part of this election. All right. Brother Bible Controversy brought some more fire. What we got here? Ye are my witness, saith the Lord, and my servant whom I have chosen, that ye may know and believe me, and understand that I am He. Before me there was no God formed, neither shall there be after me. All praises. So it goes into a little bit of what I'm saying. I am the Lord, and beside me there is no Savior. Isaiah 43:10 and 11. So what are we saying here?
Who's putting that?
There's a brother that be coming on to our channels, both mine and Brother Yakasha's channel. So
So this is going on your channel, right?
yeah. So
Okay.
so what is he saying here? He's saying that There is no salvation coming from no other place, no other source, no other man, no other person can bring salvation, can redeem you if it not be by the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right? And so, with that being said, man, all praises to the Most High once again. In the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, Mamalak, Yahweh Shai, Barakatah, Barakwapa, Diakim, and what we got here? We got another.
Hey, I need a link to study Hebrew.
We got another brother that just came on. Chosen elegido, Shalom, Ephesians. Let's bring it up. Let's see what he bringing. Ephesians 1:4, according as he have chosen us in him before the foundation of the world. This is one of my favorite scriptures, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love. All right, man? What holy means? He's separate, all right, in his love. Okay? That's what we was going back to in the beginning, when he made it so that Adam and Eve were to be separate from the outer nations, right? We need to keep separate, right? What I was preaching in camp the other day, come out of her, right? We need to come out of this Babylonic mindset, the things that Esau is laying as snares for us. Man, we got to be able to peek this game and be able to what it says, be wise as serpents, but gentle as doves. I know I killed that paraphrase there, but yeah, man, we basically we gotta be able to sniff these things out, man. You got anything? You got anything, brother Yakasha?
That's it, brother.
Hey, brother. I want to hear a breakdown of whoever wants to do it of Sirach 25, 8 to 11. I want to hear from how you brothers will break it down.
You wanna keep us working. You don't want to let us go, right, Berto? That's what it is.
I'm by myself, so
Yeah,
I don't got nobody to do.
Brother Berto wants some more company, man. Hold on, man. What do you want, man? It's Iraq what?
25 from 8 to 11.
Let me see. Is him that dwelleth with a life of understanding, and that have not slipped with his tongue, and that have not served a man more worthy than himself. Is him that have found prudence, and he that speaketh in the ears of them that will hear. Oh, how great is he that findeth wisdom, yet is there none above him that feareth the Lord. But the love of the Lord passeth all things illumination. He that holdeth it, where shall he be likened? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of his love, and faithful is the beginning of cleaving unto him. Bro, that goes to the precept, man. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, brother. So basically, this is us being wedded unto understanding, and so who will we be married to? To the example, to Yahweh Shai, right? He's our example, right? Because he's our husband, right? So that goes back to even us being the head of our own wives, right? They're supposed to be learning from us, and so we learn from Yahweh Shai being our head, okay? And who's the head of Yahushua? Yahweh, right? And so the fear of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom. And so all that trickles down, okay? Through Yahushua unto us, unto our ribs, unto our children, okay? In that order.
All right, y'all have a blessed night.
Yeah, brother. Hey, brother.
I'm out.
Keep in
Okay.
touch, man.
All right,
Shalom.
I'm out. Shalom.
All right, brother. So I hope that clarifies it for you. Seek wisdom. Okay, keep reading, keep
So,
learning. You got me on direct connection, Berto. So you hit me up almost every night, bro. So you just keep asking your questions, and if I'm not dead asleep, I'm gonna answer them. Okay, I always get back to you. All right, brother.
so when it says,
No?
dichoso el que no peca y el que no sirve a uno menos respetable que él, is that like saying like even at a workplace that you wouldn't work for somebody else is not more respectable than yourself?
That goes back to what verse are you looking at? I kind of
It says,
I know what
y
you.
el que,
What verse? What verse? Oh, come in.
well, right here is 25, Ecclesiastical 25:8.
Hey, right. With the tongue, and he have not served a man more unworthy than himself. So you haven't served another man more unworthy than himself. Basically, you need to hold your head up high because you're more worthy than any other man before you. Like Christ said, ye are gods. So when Christ said that, is because you're supposed to be held in a greater regard than any other man from any other nation or anyone that's not privy to the knowledge. All right, that's why it's talking about wisdom, so that you can be privy to the knowledge. The brother Bible controversy giving us Sirach 6:36. Let's go there. All right, my brothers want to keep it going. We're going to keep it going. All praises. You want to bring it out, brother Yakasha?
What's that, brother? Okay, Ephesians 1 and 4.
No, brother. No. Brother, we already read that one. Get brother Bible controversies bringing out Sirach 6:36.
Oh, Sirach 6 and 36.
And then brother Chosen Elegidos is bringing also Sirach 24:1. It starts right over. I'll get 24:1. It's 24:1. Go ahead, you got it? Go ahead, bring it out.
6 and 36.
No.
And if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee betimes unto him, and let thy foot wear thy steps of his door.
That's right, man. Basically what brother Yakasha told you before, man. You follow your brethren that are putting in the work. You know what I mean? Look at these brothers working together, man, bringing out these precepts, man. Ecclesiastes 24:1. Wisdom shall praise herself and shall glory in the midst of her people, bro. Like I said, man, wisdom is the primary thing, bro. If you don't got the wisdom, and you're not pretty much, wisdom is being bestowed by the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is giving you the knowledge and understanding, right? The Holy Spirit shall show you all things, right? That's the most beautiful thing that the Most High can bless you with is with His Holy Spirit and the understanding that is given to you by the Spirit. You know what I mean? So this is what you gotta go. Look, mira, te lo dio en español. Mira, Eclesiástico 24. Look, he even broke it down to you in Spanish. Shalom, hermano. Elegidos. La sabiduría hace el elegido de sí mismei se gloria en medio de su pueblo. ¿Okay? Nosotros somos el pueblo del Altísimo y estamos la gloria del del Altísimo es que nosotros estemos ya educados en esta sabiduría, tal que esta sabiduría pueda darnos para espalzar esta palabra a través de toda la nación de Yasharala, ¿ok?
Si me voy manejando a México, voy a ir a saludarte al paso y nomás no me vayas a hacer como los del UIC, no me vas a decir que venga mañana.
Ay, Dios mío. First of all, no hables algo que tú no estás presto a hacer. All right?
¿Por qué?
You call me when you're on the road and be sure that I got you. Just like I told Brother Yakasha. when he ready to don my neck of the woods, I got him. He knows that. So,
Hey, so I
but
was gonna
don't talk nothing you ain't ready to be about. All right? Call me when you're on the road, brother. Don't worry. I'll make some last minute arrangements. I got you.
hey, you know if they're asking for a COVID shot to drive to Mexico.
Man, I go in and out of Mexico almost every other week, bro. I'm good, man. As long as you're an American citizen, you're good. They're not really, they're not, and in fact, man, they're starting to kind of lift a lot of that bullshit thanks to the truckers and everybody already being fed up with all the nonsense. But then now, where you think that something's getting chill and relaxed, we got a whole nother set of problems to contend with, bro. So, like I said, man, as far as I'm concerned, I want all hell to break loose. You know what I mean? All right, man. That's it, man. You know what? I get up at the crack of dawn every day. My old lady gets up at around 3:30 in the morning, and since I'm a light sleeper, when she gets up, I wake up, and then it's hard for me to get back into bed. But all praises that we were able to put out something. Look at us going to. I said I never wanted to be like Brother Yakasha, putting these 3-hour lessons down. You know what? I still have yet to see the one you put out yesterday because I see that number 3 hours and my ADD says I can't do it.
Why not? All we need is 15 more minutes. Let's roll.
I mean, yeah, man, but as I'm trying to say, I'm not trying to be the 3-hour lessons, man. You get no views that way.
Huh?
You know what?
I missed out the beginning.
No, I always want to knock it out. I'll be saying, man, I'm gonna knock it out under an hour. I want to be 45 minutes so that people.
Scripture that say don't squelch the spirit.
No, absolutely. I'm not trying to believe it, but I'm just saying. Yeah, if I wanted to squelch the spirit, I would have shut down way before Walter. But yeah, man. But yeah, I'll be seeing your joints be going 3-4 hours. I'll be like, yo, I gotta.
You know, when you're in the spirit and you're on
No. I get it, but for somebody that's coming in, it takes me 3 days to watch a joint, and you know I gotta watch you, man, because you be watching me, I be watching you. You know what I mean? So, but it's gonna take me 3 days to get through it.
Watch us
like 30 minutes at a time, here and there.
Yeah.
So what y'all was bringing out some of that the indigenous population that made it to Spain, huh?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no doubt.
Aztecs, man.
Actually, I was gonna order that book. I think now I gotta wait till after Shabbat. The Indios, what was it called? I got it here saved in my
Global Indios. That's
Global
what I'm reading now.
Yeah.
And it goes along with Deuteronomy 28 and 68. You know what I mean?
Oh, word?
Well, yeah, because Deuteronomy 28:68 is thou shalt send thy and Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Right.
By
So
the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. So they didn't see Mexico no more. And there ye shall be sold unto in Spain. There ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondman, slave man, and bondwoman, slave woman, and no man shall buy you.
So what we're saying here is that this didn't just happen to Judah; it happened also to the
Well,
neighbor.
actually, you know, all of the curses happen to us, all of them.
All of us, right.
Happen.
So it's not exclusive to just Northern Kingdom, and it's just not exclusive to Southern Kingdom. It's exclusive to all of Israel. You know what I mean? All of Israel had to get the chancletazo. I call it the chancletazo in the street. You know what's the chancleta?
Chacleta.
You know what the chancleta is, Yakasha?
No, is it?
That's the slipper, bro. That's that big fat Latino slipper that your mom used to throw like a
chancla?
ninja star.
Yeah, the chancla.
Yeah, the chancla, yeah. So I call it in the streets the chancletazo.
Chancletazo.
Yeah, we had to go through the chancletazo, man. All
Yeah.
of us.
With that belt.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's how I have fun with it in the streets, man. Because I actually gotta put that last video, man. That from Sunday. I gotta put it up. I'm gonna put it up. Y'all should expect it in maybe the next day or so. I have fun with it, man. I was using my staff like a fishing rod and everything, and quoting. First, I'm gonna send you fishers, and then I'm gonna send you hunters and stuff. Yeah. And I was casting my staff like a damn fishing rod. I said, man, these worms must be rotten, man. Ain't nobody wanna bite, man. And people walking by, I'm trying to reel them in and shit. It's I'll be having fun out there,
Yeah, got to, bro. Otherwise, you know what I mean. You'll get burned out. You know what I'm saying? Feeding the sheep is a labor, man.
Yeah, man. You know what? I try to stay in good spirits, man, because then there's other people that'll come and try you, man.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes then I start breaking on them, man. So it's funny, man. You get a lot of doses of me, man. But finally, I think Berto, look,
he finally got food, huh?
Nah, man, he tried to come back in, man.
That brother could eat.
It's funny. It's funny. Like what I saw like a TikTok of Jamie Foxx and stuff, and he said that he was having a party, right? And so he had Snoop Dogg in the party. He had Game, right? And they don't get along with Suge Knight, right? So Suge Knight showed up to the party, right? And he tells Game, "Yo, Suge Knight outside." And he's like, "Oh yeah, what's up?" And then he goes over to and Snoop Dogg is dancing and stuff with some girls, and he goes to Snoop Dogg, "Hey, Suge Knight is outside." And he says, and Snoop Dogg responded, "You're not gonna let him in, right?" So here's Berto. He's outside. He's waiting for me to let him in. All right, let me let him in. And Suge, you back, man. You causing everybody to run, Suge.
No, it keeps coming out.
Yeah, I know. But
I only buy $100 phone. That's it.
Mira, esta es la última para ti, man. Because look, brother Chosen Elegido's trying to help you out, bro. He throwing it down in English and in Spanish. Look, he got it there in Spanish for you. I'm gonna read it in English for brother.
Yeah, go to that brother's channel actually and subscribe to him because he breaks it all down in Spanish too.
Oh, that's what's up.
Chosen Elegidos.
It's good to know another brother out there putting in that.
Let me write it down.
This is
I just have more understanding in Spanish because I was in bilingual here in Babylon. So
okay, read the precept. Proverbs 1:5. Wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. Okay. So that means you gotta do a little more hearing, a little less talking. You gotta follow your wise counsel. All right.
See, just by you brothers breaking it down, like just me being a part of this, I'm learning more Spanish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, shoot, you come around me, you ain't got no choice. My wife don't speak no English, bro. You gonna learn one way or another.
That's what's up.
But Yeah, man. So Chosen Elegidos, that's how I get to his channel.
Yeah.
Just Chosen
That's brother
Elegidos.
Yasri Ayala.
Huh?
That's brother Yasri Ayala.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. Shalom, Mark. Shalom. Okay. I know who you're talking about now. All right.
What's a good link to study the Hebrew alphabet?
I mean, you know what? I've learned the little bit of Hebrew that I've learned it just from paying attention to my Akim, man. It's just again, I'm gonna read again, bro. Brother Yasharala just brought it out again. Wise man will hear and will increase in learning. Y te vas a superar lo que vas tu sabiduría cuando tú escuchas. So yo escucho a los hermanos hablar en hebreo y entonces yo trato de descifrar lo que están diciendo. So yo sé que Khan is yes, La A is no, Barakata is bendecido, so you just listen to your brothers speak, and when they utilize the Hebrew, you just start picking up on it. There are brothers that are teaching the Lawan Kodash, the Paleo Hebrew online, but some of that, like the teaching is just like really really difficult to grasp. Like any language, I'm good with language, but I've always been good. Like everywhere I went, when I was stationed in Korea, I learned to speak a little bit of Korean. When I was around Italians, I learned how to speak a little bit of Italian. You know, he goes, follow the brothers, and you will wax stronger and stronger. Okay, that's what he's telling you. Follow the brothers, and that's what we do. We follow the ones that come before us. And it's a trickle effect. So basically, if I'm around a certain language enough, I start picking it up. So if Brother Yakashar be around exclusive or more Spanish speaking people, he'll start picking up. Right now, what he learned today, chancletazo. Right now, you know what the chancletazo is. That's getting cracked with the chancleta. Right, get that chancletazo. So you know what I mean. So you just pick it up. You just gotta pick it up. You gotta just listen to more brothers, man.
I got it with the cinturazazo con el cinto.
Yeah, the Cinto or the Southern Kingdom, they would have to go outside and get the switch. You know what I mean? I told my young ones the switch the other way because I ran over some bushes in my landscaping with my big ass truck, and it broke off some switches. And so I picked one up and I said, back in the days, some brothers had to go pick what they were going to get their ass whooped with, and it would be one of these. And I kind of cracked them in the butt a little bit so they know what time it is.
That's what all our young people need right now.
Yep. So just follow all the brothers, man. Just like Brother Yashirala is saying, follow the brothers, follow the channels. You get into to a lot of channels. You in the midst of some good brothers, man. You need to subscribe to Brother Yakashar if you haven't yet. Northern Kingdom Prophets. You even created another channel called Mexicans are Israelites as well, right? That's what it's called. Mexicans are Israelites.
Mexicans are Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah, Mexicans are Hebrew Israelites. Northern Kingdom Prophets. You got Chosen Elegidos right here. Brother Iraq is another powerful brother that be bringing out some heavy fire.
Prince of Power.
Just follow the people I follow. You got my links, and then so through my links you'll find the people I follow.
I seen our channel yesterday. El canal del hermano lo miré ayer. El de Mexicans are Hebrew Israelites. I was because what I do is that I go to some videos and I forward them to the Northern Tribe people.
Yeah.
To see whoever wants to watch it.
That's this brother right here. And when you go on his channel, you're gonna find that he bangs with this brother right here, Azriala, and he bangs with that other brother, Iraq, and that other brother. What's his name? The one that has the NGKI, something like that.
GKI.
Something like that, or NKOI, something like that.
Oh, Yashar, brother, Yashar.
Yeah, brother Yashar. You know, these are some fire breathing brothers, man. You need to start getting up on their channel, man. They let me tell you, bro, they be bringing some deep fire.
Bro, I just see Bible Contra got a channel too. I didn't even know about it. He got a channel too. Bible Controversy. I just subscribed to him like today or yesterday.
Oh, okay. No doubt, no doubt.
He's a smart brother. He's really smart.
All right, I'll make sure that I get with him too. No doubt. All right, man. So as a matter of fact, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shut it down. Again, I give all praises to the Most High for all you brothers, for all this wisdom, for all this knowledge. For I humbly accept the duties set before me, and I thank him. The water, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right, the water. Okay, for this, and that's what exactly I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shut it down, and I'm gonna start clicking on these brothers, and for the ones that I haven't subscribed to, and start following them up. That's the best thing I can do on this Shabbat, man. Is get with my brothers. So, all praises to the Most High. Kal halal Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Barakatah. All right, so all right, man, brothers. To the next time, man, and I'll see you guys on your channels as well. All right,
Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yashar Barakatah.